psychotic and insane. If Joe
My favorite thing is to see people freak out over Joe Biden winning as though like Joe Biden is going to fundamentally undermine like American sovereignty or something, or fundamentally change American institutions. It's really good.
Biden wins, they'll take over all our cultural institutions. They'll put psychotic and insane definitions in our dictionary, and they will take over, and regular Americans will say, please, for the love of God, just leave me alone. And they never will. They'll never stop coming. They will take your job away. They will come for your parents. You will do something wrong, they'll fire your mom. They'll come to your house with fireworks and guns, and Americans will still just say, please, just leave me alone. And that's how it is. Even in the Revolutionary War, most people, the largest majority of people, were non-initiated. There was a small faction saying no revolution. There was a larger faction saying revolution. And the bulk said, please just leave me alone. So long as we've been dealing with the psychotic cancel culture. Well, where are you to stand up at your job and tell your boss to shut up when he says, I'm going to put out this bland brand message that panders to these woke lunatics? Where are you to say, if you do that, I quit? They say, fine, quit. Okay, I will. And I'll.
It's so weird that like he wants to organize like solidarity amongst the working class for like the weirdest, most immaterial shit. Like, I think we need to unionize our workplace so we can tell our boss to shut the fuck up when he says, you know, homophobia is not allowed in this workforce, like in this workplace. It's so alarming. It's so strange. I've often joked about this. Like, the only way that Twitch would fucking unionize is if, like, remember in the old days when Twitch wasn't as woke, or like a lot of content creators on the platform were definitely less open-minded than they were now, or rather their positions have changed a little bit over time, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. What I used to say like a couple years back or 2 years ago, like the best way to organize Twitch is to organize them along the lines of like of the inconsistent bans, like ban inconsistency.
Oh, you're such a big man.
Seems like a long time ago, but you just misspoke and said some real bullshit. What? What? They think your Tim Pool imitation is your actual opinion? No, I don't think so. Anyway, so you reverse your argument on unions versus Twitch? No, I thought 2 years ago that the best way to unionize Twitch streamers would be along exactly the lines that Tim Pool is talking about, which is like their main focus. It's like Twitch unionizing to be able to not suffer. You said to say shut the fuck up if your boss says homophobia isn't allowed? Yes. 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 That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, these guys only demonstrate solidarity with the working class when it comes to like, or even solidarity amongst themselves when it comes to like fucking being able to say hate speech and shit. It's so strange. It really goes to show where their material interests are. That's my point. Like, Sam Harris saying he's leaving Patreon because Sargon of Akkad got fucking deplatformed from Patreon for saying the N-word and a bunch of other stuff. So, like, they only think about class solidarity. They only think about class solidarity, and they only think about, like, building collective bargaining agreements or having like some collective bargaining power against big corporations from the point of view of like being able to be hateful. And I find that so strange. You know?
I'll go start my own company. Nowhere to be found. You're completely right. But at least I quit my job. When I worked for Disney and they said lie to the public, I said, fuck you. And I told them, cut my contract off. And they said, no. Welcome to the golden handcuffs, Tim. You got 1 more year under lock and key. And then I said, okay, well, I'm not going to do what you want. And then finally it came to August and I said, bye-bye. I'm going to go do my own thing. And guess what? It worked. So where the fuck is everybody?
Wait, what? Lie to the public about what? What's the background on this? What?
Never stop coming. If Joe Biden wins, they'll take over all our cultural institutions.
Okay, I need this. I need the full video, guys. We got to do this. We got to do the full video on this.
They'll put psychotic and insane definitions in our dictionary, and they will take over, and regular Americans will say, please, for the love of God, just leave me.
Does anyone have the fucking full video? Do you find it weird that a lot of these conservative commentators often say they live in a liberal era, or identify as classical liberal, yet spew hateful rhetoric? I think conservatives are just constantly trying to find that perfect balance, just trying to strike that delicate balance where their entire goals are, you know, coming across as not so hateful to liberal circles while still, you know, laser targeting their speech
This is a deranged
to conservatives.
pervert.
Ugh.
Best comeback against Tim Pool. Found it. Oh, thanks. Okay, so no one has the Tim Pool video. He was mad that Aladdin was about Muslims and couldn't handle it. Okay, that's funny. I don't think that was the...
His name is Hasan. This is a deranged pervert.
Glad to be here and part of this awesome community.
I just don't get it, man. If you are afraid of Joe Biden, you're kind of a pussy. Okay? Like, he's a sleepy old geriatric fuck who literally is like one of the more conservative Democrats historically. I mean, how the fuck do you sit around and like whip yourself up into a frenzy about Joe fucking Biden, dude? That's nuts. You are a scaredy cat, dude. You are a scared little child.